from the home of the Tigers since 2000, Comerica Park here in the Motor City. MLB The Show has action out of the AL Central. It's the Cleveland Guardians and the Detroit Tigers. First pitch coming your way next. About to get started here. And on the mound now, Jhoan Duran. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch-to-contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boogie, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They can move through a ball game, and you look up, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
Okay, all set to go. And now the center fielder, Jason Dominguez. Ripped to third and caught. Here's the Guardians lineup now. Well, these guys have been winning a lot of games, and offense has been a huge part of that. Typically, you get good at bats top to bottom, Chris.
Well, this is a team that's hitting for a real high batting average, and we talk at times that hitting is contagious. Definitely seems to be the case. They've had some good luck, obviously, with the shifts. It's harder to get the knocks these days, but they've also got good approaches at the plate. And from top to bottom, guys just aren't giving away at bats. And when you're doing that, you're going to have some good luck. That talent's going to play in, but most importantly, it contributes to winning baseball.
Left-hand batter waits. And there's a ball. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Puts it away for the out.
Batting third, the shortstop, Patrick
Stepping
Conley.
in, the long ball threat, Patrick Conley. What a season it's been for him. He has supplied a lot of power and that average. Right-hander kicks, deals. That's inside. At the belt and fires. That misses the zone. 3-1.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it, so that's a good take by him.
Kicks and deals. To the right side, and it finds its way through for a hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
Ohtani.
2 outs, runner at first. Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. Another solid power season. The pitch, and there he goes in the dirt. Blocked by the catcher, and he steals second base without a throw. The next offering misses. 3 balls and a strike. The pitch. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
I don't think you really wanted to pitch to him right there anyhow.
Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 23.
And now the switch hitting first baseman, Josh Bell.
Well, they're really running up the pitch count in this first inning. Lots of confidence from this team that is perhaps the hottest in baseball right now.
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that is that. The Tigers coming up. No score. Bottom of the first. And on the hill in this one, Jackson Jobe.
A very forgettable start his last time out. Was only able to work a couple of innings. We're looking for him to put it all together today. Command, tempo, and just really a confident presence out there on the mound.
We go to the bottom of the first. And now here is Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. 1-2. On the ground, Rosario gloves it to first. 1 up, 1 down.
Batting second.
And now the Tigers line up for manager A.J. Hinch. Someone who makes things happen for them, in part with his legs, Parker Meadows.
And Boog, you and I were talking about him before the game. He's got good speed, and if you watch him in this game, he's that type of guy that's very smart. He doesn't have this just eye-popping speed, but he knows how to use it, and he's very intelligent on the base pass to get to the next base, to get around the bases, and ultimately score runs.
And the 3-1. Hit on the ground to the right side. And that's just foul. The kick, the 3-2. Swing and a line drive. Base hit out into center field. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Now here is Spencer Torkelson. And that one handled. Slings to second. On to first. Double play. And that's the inning. End of 1. And we're still scoreless. New inning getting started. This is Dylan Carlson. Here's a 1-1. And that one fouled off.
He needs a quick 1-2-3 this time around. Last inning, threw a lot of pitches.
And the next pitch is way outside. James Kingsley, our plate umpire, consistent and maybe a little generous on the edges.
Yeah, Boog, he'll give a little bit on the edges, like you said, but from what I've seen, he usually does that when a guy is just commanding those parts of the strike zone, and essentially the guy's earned it. The umpire rolls with him.
Ground ball to the right side. Steps on first for the out. Chris, do players ever change their approach in meaningful ways based on who's umpiring, or is it good to just be aware of tendencies so you're not that surprised?
I'd say the latter, because the pitcher's got to pitch to his strengths regardless. The hitter's got to hit to his strength. So you're aware of it, but you have to just hunt for what you can handle.
The 1-2. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Catcher has it, fires to first. In time for the second out. Good job to clean it up after the drop third strike.
The catcher, Diego Cartaya.
2 outs, base is empty. So in now for Cleveland, Diego Cartaya. 2-2. Just missed. The punch out there, and good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Nothing doing for the Guardians there. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here at the ballpark, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now here's the Tigers cleanup hitter, Willie Castro. Righty delivers. That one fouled off. 2-2. Ground ball up the middle. Rosario collects and quickly one away in the second.
Well, I'm impressed with this guy's internal clock. He knew he had plenty of time to take that extra step, secure his grip on the baseball, and make a strong, accurate throw.
Here's Riley Green. One down, base is empty. Back up the middle and a base hit.
I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
Runner on at first with one gone. Now here's the Detroit catcher, Jake Rogers. The next pitch misses. Ball 2. And the righty deals. Up the middle, and it's through for a hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
Back-to-back singles. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
So 1 out with 2 aboard, and next is the designated hitter, Parker Meadows. Next offering misses. 2-1.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate.
Hauls it in for the out.
Batting 8, the left fielder, Ross Adolph.
And next to hit for Detroit, Ross Adolph. His righty-lefty splits there. Pitch. Got him. And that is that. Tigers strand a pair. We'll move to the third with no score. Well, here we go. Top of the third. Scoreless game. Now it's the second baseman, Ahmed Rosario. Rips one to right, and that's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
And up next for Cleveland, Jason Dominguez. 3-1 is on the way. That's a strike. Top of the third, no score. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
Man, that's a tough one to take on the full count, but I guess he saw it really well. It's a really nice plate appearance.
First and second, no outs. And now Brett Phillips.
Yeah, Boog, if you're that base runner at second base, you want to be quiet out there. Not bouncing around, not distracting your teammate, the hitter. Make sure that he can clearly focus on that pitcher and that release point.
Righty to the plate. Breaking ball, and that got him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch.
Oh, there's no hiding in this spot. Bases loaded now, and no more wiggle room for any more mistakes like that.
All loaded up, dangerous hitter at the plate. And that one is lifted in the air. Got it! Really had to move for that catch. Runners tagging from second and third. Play it home, he's safe. And it's 1-0.
Well, right there, he's definitely looking for more than just a sac fly with the bases loaded and nobody out, but you'll take it. Now it's up to the guys coming up behind him to pick up the rest of those runners on base.
Here's Shohei Ohtani. Singing, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He's the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what.
Phillips runs. Base hit, and a run comes in. Throw comes in and holds the runner at third. They're at the corners now with still only one away.
Picks himself up an RBI. These days, when you see a ball come off the bat like that, I mean, the first thing you want to know as a spectator, what was the exit velocity? 109 in this case. I mean, that's just impressive, and it's so cool we can get that sort of feedback so instantly in today's game.
Josh Bell at the plate now. Next pitch misses. 2-1. Kicks and fires. There's a strike.
Great spot to be in right here for the pitcher. You can either strike this guy out or get a ground ball, double play.
Phillips on third. Ohtani at first. One gone. Next pitch is inside, and it's 3-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a base hit. In comes the run from third, and they're up by 3. And the throw's offline, safe at third.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch you could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Runners on the corners with 1 gone. Here's the left fielder, Dylan Carlson. On the ground to first. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. Runs, scores, but a terrific play to get the out.
The batter, the third baseman, Tyler Freeman.
Here's Tyler Freeman to hit. He's 0 for 1. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Bounce to the left side. Walls throws to first. 3rd out, and that ends the frame. We head now to the home half of inning number 3. Guardians 4 and the Tigers nothing. Well, come on, dance a little, what's it, come on. Back here in Detroit, set for the bottom of the 3rd. Jorge Mateo now. The Tigers in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at bat out of him right here.
The pitch. And it's even up. And a pitch. Stays alive. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Leadoff hitter gone in the 3rd.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically he likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa up to the plate, having more success against left-handed pitching this season, as might be expected. Rolled over to 3rd. Freeman handles. Rolls across the diamond. That takes care of Kiner-Falefa.
No, he didn't recognize changeup earlier enough. Got out in front a little bit, rolled over on it, and beat it into the ground.
2 outs, base is empty. Now Taylor Walls. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And he flips a breaking ball in there, or a changeup.
Either one. Something off speed. Good arm action on it, whatever it was.
And that one moves his feet. Next one misses, and that's ball 3. The pitch. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Here comes a 3-2. And a foul ball, he stays alive. 3-2 now. Swing and a foul ball at the plate. They'll do it again. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
Do you think you could draw a walk in the bigs if we gave you enough at bats?
Oh, that's a good question. I think that if they gave the pitcher a false scouting report on me, yes, I think I could draw a walk. Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner from first. One left for Detroit. They trail it here 4-0. As we go to the top of the 4th, here's the catcher, Diego Cartaya. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. And that will drop foul.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
And a ball and 2 strikes. Popped up. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 1 down.
The batter number 1, second baseman, Ahmed Rosario.
And now it's Ahmed Rosario. Singled and scored his first time. And he deals. Pitch misses there, and it's 2-1. And here it comes. Ripped to third. Connor Falefa throws to first in time. 2 up, 2 down.
The center fielder, number 6, Jason Dominguez.
So the batting order turns over. Here's the center fielder, Jason Dominguez. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. And a ground ball to first. Torkelson takes it himself, and that is that. Guardians go down 1, 2, 3, but they're in front 4-0. Welcome back, bottom 4, and now it's the switch hitting second baseman, Willie Castro. Here comes a pitch. Fly ball down the line. Hauls it in, and there's 1 away.
Now batting, center fielder, Riley Green.
And up next for Detroit, Riley Green.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Out towards right center field, Dominguez settles under this one. He's got it, and there's 2 away. Pretty good job on the mound in this one, Singy. It feels like we've seen a lot of off-balance swings.
Yeah, just 1 free pass, and obviously he's not a big strikeout guy, but he gets soft contact and he gets outs.
2 outs, base is empty. Jake Rogers up now for the Tigers. Now a fly ball to right center. Got it. Covered plenty of distance there. And that's the inning. Tigers are shut down there. They're down 4-0. We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. Seth Corey. He's pitching on 2 days rest.
Well, at this point of the ball game, we're talking about middle innings, and you need a little length out of this arm. coming out of the bullpen. We'll see just how many outs he's able to give his skipper.
Back at Comerica Park. Now here is Brett Phillips. The wide to kick the pitch. Line drive. Green racing over to make the catch.
The batter, number 8, shortstop, Patrick.
And the batter now,
Conley.
Patrick Conley. Good contact guy, good defender. 2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. Way high.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
3-1 now. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
And stepping in is the speedy Shohei Ohtani. And now the lefty. Here's the pitch. Runner on the goal. That one lifted to left. Adolph moving under it. And there's 2 away.
The first baseman, number 23, Josh.
Here's
Bell.
Josh Bell.
Good speed on the base pass. He handles the bat very well. I wouldn't be surprised if the skipper puts on some type of hit and run or a run and hit.
Next pitch is outside. Pickoff throw, and he's back in easily. Conley off of first with 2 away. Into center. Green makes his way towards it. Racing, makes the catch. And that'll do it. 1 left for the Guardians. They lead 4-0. And welcome back. Bottom of the inning. Now it's the DH, Parker Meadows. And the right-hander deals. This one lifted in the air, left field. Makes the catch. And there's 1 down.
Now batting, left fielder,
Ross Adolph up now for the Tigers. Went down on strikes his first time through. On the ground right side. That's 6 straight set down.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball
Now
out of the
batting,
air.
right
Lets the
fielder.
defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
2 outs, base is empty. And here is Jorge Mateo. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Next offering is in for a strike.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
And a swing and a miss. And that's that. 3 up, 3 down for Detroit. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Top of the 6th inning. Stepping up for the Guardians, Dylan Carlson. A wind and the pitch. Up the middle. Whips it to first on the run. Throw off line. He's safe. And a nice job there to keep it from getting away.
That's a play you expect your shortstop to make pretty much every time. Pretty routine. Hard to tell if he didn't get a great grip on it or the mechanics on him just broke down, but that gives this offense an extra out to work with.
Runner at first following the error. Tyler Freeman digs in for the Guardians. At the belt and fires. Bounced up the middle, and that's a base hit. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
The batter, the catcher.
Couldn't get any air under it, but he smoked that ball back up the middle. Timing was just perfect. Got great wood on it, and there was just no chance for the infielders with how hard he hit it.
Diego Cartaya digs in now. And a 1-1. Swing and a pop-up. And there's a base hit to right field. The throw in. Not in time. He's safe at the plate. And the lead is up to 5.
No, they didn't get much of that one, but it's going to look like a line drive in the box score tomorrow. With the way defenders track down balls these days, I mean, both from the infield and in the outfield, there really aren't a lot of base hits on balls hit like that. But there's always a little room back behind the first and second baseman to drop a lawn dart in there, and he found a way.
And the batter now, Ahmed Rosario. Next pitch misses way outside. Line drive. And a base hit. Freeman headed home. Here's the throw to the plate. Not in time. He scores. And it's now a 6-run lead.
The center fielder, number 6, Jason Dominguez.
So in now for Cleveland, Jason Dominguez. A switch hitter batting right. The pitch. Got him. And that's the first out. 2 on with 1 out. And up next for Cleveland, Brett Phillips. He's a guy, Chris, whose highlights include some of the best throws from the outfield that you will ever see. Definitely one of the best arms of the sport. Bounce to the right side. He dives, but he can't make the catch. Pitcher gets to the bag for the out.
The batter, number 8, shortstop, Patrick Conley.
Now it's the shortstop, Patrick Conley. He's kind of an outlier, especially when guys are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver power.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
The 1-2. Now one missed. Singy, one of the things that's interesting is that guys really don't worry about swing and miss from an offensive standpoint anymore. So when you see somebody who contacts the ball like this, do you think of that as plus value?
Absolutely. If he's doing damage now, if he's rolling over and grounding out, then it's a different story. But yeah, if he can put the ball in the gaps or over the fence, 100%.
Cartaya at third. Rosario at second with 2 gone. Now this one gets away from the catcher. The tag, and that's out number 3, inning over. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Guardians 6 and the Tigers nothing. Bottom of the 6th inning. Down the third baseman, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa.
Yeah, and the domino effect of that is running up pitch counts on pitchers and then either getting them to a place of fatigue or getting into the bullpen perhaps before you get to those higher leverage arms at the back end. Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
Taylor Walls up now for the Tigers. The 1-1. One of the things that Jim Leyland used to say when I was broadcasting with the Marlins, the longer a plate appearance goes for a batter, the more likely it is that something good will happen for the hitter. Ripped on a line to center. Dominguez makes the catch, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, first baseman, Spencer Torkelson.
And here's the first baseman, Spencer Torkelson. And a pitch. Lined into right. Phillips makes the catch, and that'll do it. Down in order go the Tigers. Still up against a 6-0 deficit. We go to the top of the 7th, and here is Patrick Conley. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on-base slugging too. Tigers bullpen with some action. Kyle Funkhauser getting loose for A.J. Hinch. Falter, the lefty, warming up as well. In the air out towards right center. Mateo drifts towards it. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. One down.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Shohei.
Next is the designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani. Great speed and great power. A great athlete, quite simply. The wind of the pitch.
When you have a real athletic player and who's able to do the baseball mechanical things really well, look out, because the sky's the limit on that potential.
Out to short. Tosses to first, and they get Ohtani for the out.
Now batting, the first baseman, Josh Bell.
Josh Bell digs in for the Guardians. The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. Hit hard on the ground to short. Throw on to Torkelson, and that's the third out. Guardians fail to score. They lead it though 6-0.
7th inning stretch.
Bottom of the 7th. Here's the second baseman, Willie Castro. And the pitch. Hard hit left side. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. No play. That's an infield single.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Fastball pretty much
12.
middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
Man at first. Next to hit, Riley Green. 1 for 2. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. 34. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Gotta be horse high, big time, bull strong.
And here's the catcher, Jake Rogers. Castro leads off first with 1 away. Next pitch downstairs, 2-1. Good eye right there.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
And the pitch. Stays alive. Right-hander kicks, deals. Swing and a miss, and he got him. and there's 2 down.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he will make a move to dip into the Guardians bullpen. Jackson Jobe out of the game, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with a new pitcher after this break. So Cleveland brings on a new reliever, Brooks Raley, on for the 30th time this year.
Raley.
Line drive, base hit.
Good job of just putting the ball in play with 2 strikes.
Nice
Nice job of
4.
driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
First and second, 2 down. Ross Adolph up now for the Tigers. Next offering popped in the air, right field, and there's a hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits. 3rd out. Tigers strand a pair. They still find themselves down 6-0. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Kyle Funkhouser. And we'll see how he performs in this situation with his team down big. Back here in Detroit, digging in is the switch inning outfielder, Dylan Carlson. The next pitch misses, and it's 2-1. Smoked on the ground a second. Whips it to first. First out in the top of the 8th.
Now batting, the 3rd baseman, Tyler Freeman.
Here's the 3rd baseman, Tyler Freeman, 1 for 3. Righty delivers. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Oh, that drilled him. He's in there.
The batter, the catcher.
So man aboard, stepping up for the Guardians, Diego Cartaya. And the righty deals. And that's in for a strike. The pitch. Ground ball, could be 2. Quickly to second for 1. And it's a double play to end the inning. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Guardians 6 and the Tigers nothing. Bottom of the 8th. Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder Jorge Mateo. Now time is called here. Pitching coach on his way out to the mound. The Guardians going with a new pitcher, Alex Reyes. He last pitched 2 days ago.
Alex Reyes.
Pitch misses inside, 2-2. And he deals. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the third straight at bat.
Well, they've had a great plan of attack for him tonight. I mean, finding all the holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. You strike out a guy 3 times in a game, I think that guy's got to go back and really study some video with his hitting coach, figure out how they're beating him, make this adjustment really quick, because word will get around the league in a hurry.
Now it's going to be Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Next offering is fouled back. One and two here. And a foul ball. Right-handed reliever. He swings and fouls one off. Kicks and deals.
2-2.
Left field. Carlson settles under it, and he makes the catch. 2 away now.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
And next up for the Tigers, Taylor Walls. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor. The 2-1. And a swing and a miss there.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position, and that's what he does.
That one ran inside, almost got him. Two down, nobody on. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Three-2. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Three-2. And down on strikes he goes. That's the third out. Inning over. Tigers fail to make any noise. Still up against a 6-0 deficit. Welcome back. We go to the 9th. So in now for Cleveland, Ahmed Rosario.
The hitting's going to come around. He's going to figure it out. But right now, his big asset is the way he plays the game on defense.
Next offering is in for a strike. Swings and misses. Now one gone in the 9th.
Well, one of the things that hitters will do is they'll look for that red dot on the baseball as it's coming in to let them know what the pitch is. And if they see the red dot, it's typically a slider. But when a guy's got a really tight one with high spin rates, very difficult to determine. And that's probably why we saw a swing and miss right there. Just a nasty pitch.
And now Jason Dominguez. This guy has turned into a beast. Stays alive. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. On to first. Got him. 2 gone after the strikeout.
Now batting, the right fielder, Brett Phillips.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the right fielder, Brett Phillips. 2 outs.
Well, 2 outs and a chance to put up a 0 on the scoreboard here, and that's not something that's come easy for this staff in this one. He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
And here it comes. On the ground to first. Takes it himself. And that is that. Heart of the order, 3-4-5 will get their shot in the bottom of the ninth. It's the Guardians 6 and the Tigers nothing. Righty reliever out of the pen, Keenan Middleton. And a healthy sized lead for him to go to work with.
Keenan Middleton.
Back at Comerica Park at the plate, Spencer Torkelson. The 1-1 is cut on and missed at a pitch upstairs. And the right-hander deals. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now one away. So the bullpen doing a nice job backing up the effort from their starter.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty excellent pitching out of this staff so far. I mean, they've come in ready to do their job and get outs. They've been pretty tough to get to in this one.
This is Willie Castro for the fourth time tonight. Here's a 1-1. Oh, now this one's high and deep. Way back there. On its way. Gone.
With this guy's velocity, a changeup is really a break for a hitter. He got a BP fastball, didn't move a whole lot, and he absolutely tattooed it.
Riley Green up now for the Tigers. Swing and a miss. That's strike two. And down on strikes. And two away now.
Well, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle. So I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
And next to hit for Detroit, Jake Rogers.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt in the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. And that'll do it. The Guardians take game one of the series on the road.
The number 90 is a big number. You're talking 90 wins over the course of a big league season. Extremely impressive. These guys have worked hard all year long, and they're seeing the fruits of their labor. It's not over yet, though.
6-1 is your final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. A wise man told me that silence never betrayed him. Keep your mouth shut, cause got ultimatums. Stupid situations, the tongue often creates them. The motor mouth is usually causing mayhem. Let's reflect times I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shut out Tech 9. Go and shut the f up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a Renaissance starter. My mind